YNPOV. The bedroom felt huge and so cold, just like the big silent space that had opened between me and Taehyung at dinner. I lay on my side of the game bed, pretending to be asleep. Every muscle in my body felt tight, like a stretched rubber band. YNPOV. I could hear him moving around, the soft whoosh of his clothes as he changed in the closet, the quiet click of the bathroom door. Every little sound just made me feel worse, reminding me he was here, but miles away. He finally got into bed. YNPOV. The mattress dipped a little, but he stayed on his side, so far away, like there was an invisible wall between us in the dark. The quiet just stretched on and on. It felt heavy, like it was pressing down on me. I wanted to yell, to scream, to ask him. YN. In my head, a silent scream. Did you mean to hurt me that bad? Do you even care? Do you just see me as some pretty thing you have to have? Just part of your perfect life. But the words got stuck in my throat. All that came out was a dull ache. I was tired of fighting, tired of always feeling like I wasn't good enough for him. A single tear slipped out from the corner of my eye. It felt hot as it ran down my face, into my hair. I squeezed my eyes shut, wishing I could just disappear, just melt into the soft blankets. Being the CEO's wife felt like a heavy chain now. It tied me to a life I wasn't sure I wanted anymore, especially when it meant losing myself. YNPOV. I heard a small sound from his side of the bed. It wasn't my imagination. He shifted a little. Taehyung, voice low, barely a whisper in the dark. Are you awake, YN? My breath caught, my heart thumped harder. He knew, or maybe he just guessed. I didn't answer. I kept my eyes tightly shut. I just want him to think I was sleeping. I didn't want to talk about it. Not now, not ever. Taehyung. After a long silence, his voice a little deeper, almost a grunt. Good night. YNPOV. That was it. That was all he said. No apology, no soft words. Just a flat good night. The quiet came back, heavy and cold. And the worst part, he probably didn't even know how much that good night felt like a goodbye. I lay on my back, staring at the dark ceiling. The room was quiet, so quiet. My home was always like this. I let out a soft breath. Taehyung, to himself, a low murmur in the dark. Didn't mean to hurt her. No, just had to fix things, make them right. I thought about her red face at dinner, how her eyes looked down. Taehyung, another quiet murmur. She is too soft, but she has to understand. She has to know what expected. I turned my head slightly, looking towards her, still firm in the other side of the bed. Her back was to me. She was so still. Taehyung, his voice barely a whisper. She is my wife. She is part of me, part of everything. What she does, what she says, it all matters. I paused thinking about the big business deal, the merger we talked about at dinner. Taehyung, muttering a little frustrated. We were talking about important things, really important, not hamsters. I'm the CEO, she is the CEO's wife. It's a big job. Taehyung moved to himself, and sometimes she acts not grown up enough for it. It just makes things harder. I thought about all the things I gave her. This big house, a comfortable life, so much safety. Taehyung, a little louder, like he was arguing with someone. I gave her everything, a great life. Isn't that enough? Why does she always want something more, something silly? Like those stories at dinner, I rolled on my side, facing away from her. I closed my eyes. Taehyung, a final quiet through before sleep pulls at him. Tomorrow, work, important meetings, these small things, this problem, it was just go away. Just a little fix. I needed one. It was needed. Taehyung POV. The room went silent again, except for the soft hum of the AC. My last thoughts were of business, of orders. This was just a small bump. That's what I kept telling myself. YNPOV. The morning light felt cold and sharp. I woke up before Taehyung. That bad feeling in my chest was still there, like a heavy stone. This fancy bedroom, which used to feel safe, now just felt like a pretty prison. I got out of my bed super quietly, not wanting to wake him up. But a tiny part of me wished he could wake up, wished he had seen how much hurt was between us. I put on simple clothes, not fancy, not the expensive dresses they usually liked. Today, I didn't feel like playing the CEO's perfect wife game. Downstairs, the house staff moved around quietly, making breakfast. I could smell coffee and fresh bread. Usually, that smell made me feel better, but today it just felt dead. Taehyung finally came down. He was wearing a sharp suit. Like always, he looked so powerful and in control. He didn't seem to notice this from inside me. He sat in his usual chair at the head of the long table. He opened his tablet and started looking at papers before he even got his coffee. Taehyung, his voice flat, not looking up from his screen. Good morning, YN. YN POV. It was the same way he talked to his workers. Just a polite word. No warmth, no real hello. YN. I just hummed back, picking at my toast. The quiet just stretched on, only the clicking of forks and the soft sound of Taehyung's tablet broke it. I wanted to scream, wanted to tell him to look at me, to really look, to see the hurt he put on me, but the words just stayed stuck. A bitter lump in my throat. He seemed to live in a world where feelings, especially mine, didn't matter, not to his big plans. I watched him, his tablet seemed more important than me. A cold sharp anger started to grow inside me. I couldn't do another day of this quiet coolness, of feeling like just a thing in his perfect life. I took a deep breath. His expensive cologne, which I used to like, now just reminded me of how far apart we were. YN. My voice was soft, but it had a new shaky strength. Taehyung. He didn't look up right away. He just made a small sound like hum. His eyes stared on the screen. Taehyung POV. Slowly, he put his tablet down. His eyes finally met mine. His face was blank, like always, like a mask. Taehyung. His voice was calm, too calm. YN. I thought we were past that. It was a small correction, nothing more. No need to make a big deal out of it. YN POV. My hands clenched under the table. YN. My voice rose a little bitter. I let out a small, sharp laugh. A small correction. You made me feel small, Taehyung, in front of your whole family. You made me feel like a child, like my feelings don't matter. Taehyung POV. He leaned back in his chair. I saw a tiny flicker in his eyes. Was it surprise? Annoyance? I couldn't tell. Taehyung. YN, you are overthinking this. I just pointed out that there is a right time and place for stories. We were talking about the important stuff. I looked into her eyes, really looked, and for the first time in a long time, I let my own guard down. All my strong silver walls came down. Taehyung, my voice was deep, truly honest. I mean it, YN, I do. I slowly pulled her into my arms. She didn't push me away. She felt so small against me, and I held her tighter, putting my face in her ear. I care about you, YN, more than my business deal, more than what someone thinks. I have been a fool. Please, please forgive me. She held onto me, quite ear soaking my shirt. I held her tight, feeling her sobs softly stop. YN, her voice was muffled against his shirt, a whisper. It just hurt so much, like you didn't even see me, like I was just a thing for show. Taehyung pulled him back just a little, so he could look at her, his hand still holding her arms. I know, and I'm so sorry. I never saw it that way. I was so caught up in what I thought my life should be. I forgot what a life with you could be. Can you tell me more about how it felt? I want to understand. YN, sniffing, looking up at him, a hint of surprise in her eyes. It felt lonely, like I was living in a beautiful cage. Everything was perfect, but I had nothing to do, no one to just be silly with, like that hamster story. I just wanted to share something from my world. Taehyung, he nodded slowly, a deep line between his brows. Your world, I haven't tried to understand it, have I? I have only tried to fit you into mine. That was wrong. Can we try to learn each other's world? Really try? YN, a small, watery smile touched her lips, a fragile hope. Maybe I'd like that. Taehyung, he gently wiped a tear from her cheeks with his thumb, a gesture so tender it surprised her. Good. Thank you, YN, for not giving up on me just yet. He held her close again, and this time it felt different. Not just an apology, but a real connection started to form. The air in the sunroom felt warmer,